Ex-San Antonio lawyer Mark Henry Benavides is guilty of continuous trafficking of persons in connection with having sex with clients in exchange for legal services.
There was one detective who testified that he was actually surprised that Mark Benavides spoke to them as much as he did, being that he is a lawyer.
In his bid to replace Texas Senator Ted Cruz, Congressman Beto O'Rourke shatters fundraising records for Texas Democrats. A San Antonio singer makes the top 24 on the rebooted American Idol.
I wanted to face you all as myself without the guard. I wanted y'all to see who I truly was.
And the coach of the LA Clippers defends Kawhi Leonard's decision to seek a second opinion. I'm Chance Dorland with your Express Briefing for Wednesday, April 4th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. A Wilson County jury has found a former San Antonio attorney guilty of having sex with clients in exchange for legal services. Mark Henry Benavides was immediately taken into custody Tuesday night after jurors took only 4 hours to find the 48-year-old guilty on all 6 counts. 6 former clients Benavides represented as a court-appointed defense attorney in Bexar County prostitution and drug cases testified he coerced them into having videotaped sexual encounters, with promises to keep them out of jail, get their cases dismissed, or lessen their legal problems. I spoke with San Antonio Courts reporter Elizabeth Zavala about the case for this week's episode of The Docket, a weekly podcast from the Express News discussing law and crime in San Antonio. Available for free at expressnews.com/podcasts.
Benavides was arrested and he was taken into custody. Police, told him what he was arrested for, and he seemed pretty incredulous about it. He kept telling them that he didn't understand the charge, and the charge initially was compelling prostitution. So he said he didn't understand what that was. And as an aside, he told police that he really didn't realize that it was an offense to have sex with your client. And he said that it happens, I believe the quote was, "It happens all the time at the courthouse."
The punishment phase is expected to begin Wednesday morning, with the ex-San Antonio lawyer facing 25 to 99 years or even life in prison for continuous trafficking of persons, a first-degree felony. Democratic U.S. Representative Beto O'Rourke says he's raised more than $6.7 million in the first 3 months of the year. Combined with the nearly $7 million O'Rourke raised in 2017, the El Paso congressman has nearly $14 million to spend in his underdog bid to oust Republican Senator Ted Cruz. While Cruz has yet to release his latest fundraising figures, Tuesday O'Rourke announced his first quarter donations came from more than 141,000 individual contributors. O'Rourke has been setting fundraising records and now has more money than even Democrats in the past, who primarily self-funded, outraising Cruz during last year's second and fourth quarters despite shunning money from outside political groups. However, Senator Cruz has no such prohibition and has maintained a lead in overall cash on hand. O'Rourke has promised to visit all of Texas's 254 counties before November's election and is bid to break the nation's longest political losing streak, as a Democrat hasn't won statewide office in Texas since 1994. San Antonio's dynamic duo, the nickname American Idol judge Lionel Richie has given Ada Vox, aka South San High grad Adam Sanders, has sailed into the top 24 of ABC's reboot of the hit singing competition show. But Sanders also made Idol history Monday night as the first semi-finalist in drag.
You are so beautiful inside and out.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad you showed up in your true form because I want to tell your true self that the dynamic duo will be going forward.
The praise came after Vox performed an emotion-filled version of Radiohead's Creep. 2017, Sanders was cut after reaching the top 50 as himself on Fox's Original Idol, but currently he's not the only San Antonian singing on TV. Monday, Judson High School alum Spencer Baker also advanced into the live playoffs on The Voice. And while Clippers coach Doc Rivers isn't sure why injuries are up in the NBA this season by more than 40% over last year, he says he does know that a player shouldn't hesitate to seek a second opinion, just like the Spurs' Kawhi Leonard has done for the right quadriceps tendinopathy that has limited him to just 9 games this season. However, Rivers does note a drawback to players seeking a second opinion when they choose to rehabilitate away from their teams, like Leonard is currently doing in New York, saying the situation the Spurs now face is just a tough one. The Spurs currently have no timetable from what coach Greg Popovich recently called Leonard's group for the two-time All-Star's return. And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Wednesday, April 4th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. I'm Chance Dorland.